did.
Okay, there we go.
Okay, now we're going
Okay,
live.
I usually drive all this stuff. Okay, it doesn't matter. As one
Now we're good. Okay.
There we go. Okay, we are live. Okay, great.
Hey guys, so if you guys are over there on YouTube and the YouTube stream, can you guys let us know if you're seeing us and if we're coming in clearly? Just put it in the chat if you could. That would be really super helpful. Jill, Patricia, Mel, you guys are on. So let us know if you can hear us. And
good. There's a couple of names over here that and on this board that have questions that are going to get answered today. So
hi Jamie. Good. Yes. Okay, we're good, everybody.
Good,
Sorry.
we're good.
It's hard for us to know whether we're really live or not because it looks different. So anyway, so welcome to our live stream this morning. We have a special guest. His name is Bill Hargraves, and Bill is a broker of luxury real estate in Las Vegas. He knows luxury. I used to work with Bill, and he is probably one of the most knowledgeable guys and one of the nicest people I've ever met in my life. And he's super funny, and he's going to talk to us all about staging your house for selling, what people look for, what he thinks, just a real estate perspective on all that. So that should be really awesome, and we're looking forward to that. And we have a really fun show for you guys. Megan, want to talk to everybody about
Yeah, absolutely. So guys, the lineup for today includes our Q&A with Lisa, and a bunch of you have already submitted your design dilemmas, but if you didn't get a chance to do that and have a question for Lisa, you didn't miss out. All you need to do is pop your question into the Q&A section of Zoom, and we'll hit it at the end during the lightning round. Also in store for you today are the fan favorites. We're going to have a round of Stump Lisa, but with a twist. Yay! This is actually going to be an audience edition of
with
Stump
a
Lisa.
Twist. I always start to sweat when Megan says a twist.
Well, you're going to get a break today because I'm going to turn the tables and challenge the audience. So, and again, like Dina said, we have a bonus. We have a special guest, Bill Hargraves, and he is the ultimate real estate guru. So he's here to answer all of your questions, and we are so excited to chat with him later on. So if you guys are ready to dive in, I think we could start by answering a few of those questions.
Sure. Oh, I'd love to. Oh my gosh, I'd love to. I always love getting these images because it's kind of like these, what you guys tell me is that these are dilemmas that have been bothering you maybe for a long time, for years. This first one, I think, was like 20 years they've been in this house.
Lisa, do you mind if I jump in really quick for 1 second?
No.
So guys, what happens is, and so you all know out there in YouTube land, we all are part of DezignSpace, which is a website. You can DEZ so it's spelled with a Z, designspace.com. And when you become a member, you get invited to our live webinars and our Q&As. And when you do a Q&A like this, you're able to submit questions with photographs and everything, and Lisa and the team reviews it, and Lisa picks out as many as she can, and she answers them live on the air for you. So you really get serious help. And it also is very similar to what she does with her inner circle clients. So I just want to let them know how they're getting those questions, right?
Yep.
Yes. Oh, yes, that's right. That's right. So the questions get submitted to me. And a lot of times these are people that are in inner circle and need something sooner than I'm going to meet with them again. Or they're not at all in inner circle, but they've been looking around in DezignSpace and they found part of an answer, but not the rest of the answer that they needed.
And inner circle, so everybody knows what that is inner circle is private coaching, and where Lisa actually works one-on-one with clients who can be anybody. It could be you. And if you guys are interested in that, I'll just make that plug right now. You can write an email to us at hello@lisaholt.com. And if you guys can put it in the chat, that would be awesome. So those of you who are maybe interested in working with Lisa directly, it's hello@lisaholt.com. And we have a way for you to find out all about that. So that's what Inner Circle is. We have a lot of things going on in our offices. Okay.
Yes.
What is it? It's hello@Lisa Holt.
Yeah, really, you don't know what it is?
Yeah. You check it every day.
Yeah, you also do a thing called Inner Circle. I'm not sure if you know about that.
No.
Anyway,
it's a morning.
So one of the things we're going to do this morning, everyone, is that Lisa is going to jump in and answer, hi, Patricia. Oh my God, Patricia's been a fan forever, like 3 years now, right, Patricia? Oh my God. Patricia is so funny, guys. If you can see her on YouTube, she is emoji queen. It's like I've never seen so many emojis in my life. She is amazing at that. So anyway, thank you, Patricia, and we'll see. I'm glad you're with us because she's in, I think, France. So anyway, so Lisa, are you ready to rock and roll?
Yes, I totally am. I totally am excited about this, guys.
We are all excited about it.
Good. All right, let's start off with. Oh gosh, I've got to make sure I'm getting my. I have 3 mice and 2 hands, so it's a little crazy. All right, so I'm going to share screen on this, and this is what got submitted. And tell them, Maggie, that it's always easier if I deal with pictures.
Yes,
and you can give me a description on things. So this picture is from Michelle F. And she goes, help. She has this large fireplace item, and she has this lovely room. Let's start there. Okay, Michelle. And then she has this, I don't know what, piece of something or other, artwork that was there when they moved in, basically. And so she and her SO have been arguing about whether or not this should come down. And I am here to tell you.
Wait. I think that Jonathan V should chime in on this one.
So the
Jonathan,
3 mice, right?
Exactly, right? So
well,
guys,
this way.
We have a giant community, and we have a lot of people on a Facebook group. We also have a private group for Inner Circle. So we're very sweet and kind about it all, but we're not lack for opinions. So
that's right.
We think.
So here's the deal, guys, is that many times you'll find structures like this that have double or triple or 2.5, what's called 2.5 story front front living area spaces. They do this thing where they do the fireplace, okay, at a normal human height, okay, that's probably a 48 by 36 box, something like that, and then they've got the mantle over there, and then there's this screamingly large a shaft above it, right? I've seen this 100 times, okay? And so the builder is thinking he's doing you a favor by creating this whack ball statement of extra plaster in there. And it's like, that's not a favor to you. You need this thing blank because this is not what you want there. It doesn't speak to, what you're doing down here. That's not your style statement. You're in South Carolina. This looks like it came right out of the Addams Family movie. So this just needs to go. And in all honesty, Michelle, if I were you, I would also just rip this silly foam trim off of here and get that thing plain. All right. Because then what you can do is all kinds of things like take the fireplace. Oh, let's go back to this other image for a second. Take that fireplace bump out, right? That comes across like that and then goes back, and maybe make that a specialty color and take it all the way up. Right? So then all of a sudden your fireplace has prominence, and you don't have to hang anything up there except maybe a spectacular mirror. And it doesn't have to go high. That's another thing that happens a lot with folks is people think, oh, I've got all this double height things. I've got to get stuff way up here. Wait till you see another picture later on, guys. You do not have to do that, because remember this, folks, the rule is this. Where you put artwork is saying to people, I want you to look here. Now, why the heck would you want someone to look like way up here, right? You don't want them to look way up there. That sense of volume is there just to create that experience of volume above you. You do not have to fill it. In fact, every time I see that, I want to rip everything off that wall. Anyway, Dana, yes, I see you raised your hand.
Yeah, I think that probably is better than me interrupting you. So I'm going to raise my hand from now on.
Yeah, no, that worked.
Yeah. So I wanted to say something about that. There's two things that are going on. The builder, first of all, they furnish the development or whatever a shell of a house. So they really want to put detail. They're just itching to put detail in there. And a lot of times that detail is in the form of this kind of stuff. Remember those 90s cut-ins that everybody did? So it makes the house feel when it's empty like there's more decor, but it really is just a disservice to you as an owner. And then you go ahead and you buy something that has to fit in that space because you're feeling committed to it, and you shouldn't. That it's an easy fix. And also, when you're doing something like this room, you really want to kind of unify it with a theme and a style. And I think whoever submitted this, you need to really talk about your design style and what you want to do, because the fan doesn't quite really work with the wall piece, which really doesn't quite work.
Yeah, she'd mentioned the fan probably coming down. She could probably deal with an inner circle light, Dana. Michelle,
for sure.
You would benefit, because this area is a problem here. With this TV at an angle, nothing underneath it. There's a lot going on there. There's a lot happening up here that doesn't seem to have a lot of sense around it, that could be more intentional. That would be easy. So there's a lot of things in there that could be switched around easily, not expensively at all. Switching up a fan like this to something slightly less plantation, shall we say, could really kind of help things out. So this might be an inner circle light, Michelle. So why don't you grab Dana's info and reach out to her.
Maggie, can you put the hello at least? Let's just go with that for right now. Can you put hello at lisaholt.com? Reach out to us and just say, I'm interested in Inner Circle. Now, we also created this new thing, which we're very excited about, which is called Inner Circle Light. And Inner Circle Light, if you can just imagine, is basically a half inner circle. So the cost is half, the time commitment is half. It just is kind of for smaller, more punching projects, and something like this would be perfect for Inner Circle Light. You get 3 sessions with Lisa, one-on-one, and that's about perfect. They serve an opening session that gets you on the right track, a middle session that really gives you a lot of homework.
Actionable items.
Actionable items. Yeah,
actionable items.
And another session, and it doesn't really end there either. So anyway, check out hello at lisaholt.com and ask for information, and we'll send that out to you.
Yes. And can someone put that in both chats? Yeah, right. Perfect. Okay. Good.
Yay.
All right. Yay. All right. So now let's pop over to Marilyn.
One more thing. If you guys on Zoom, want to speak with Lisa and you're on with us live, definitely go into chat or raise your hand, and I can bring you guys forward and you can have a little talk with Lisa about your space.
Yes.
So I don't know if Marilyn is here, but I don't see her. So I don't think she is.
I don't think so. Hey, Maggie, can you answer Cynthia Olivaria's question in YouTube? Yeah, that'd be great.
Absolutely.
Thank you. All right. So now Marilyn sent me this single picture, and she basically said she hates her chairs. Looks like she has a lovely table that she likes, but she hates the chairs because she says they're super noisy, and she wants to kind of find a better budget solution. And here's what I would say, Marilyn, is my first question to you is, you need to determine what your design style is, because if it's You've got kind of this English pub table style, and then sort of this traditional clock, and there's accent trim over some beige. I see some window treatments there. So I'm feeling that you might be kind of transitional. And those chairs are super, super contemporary. And so they're great looking, but they're not really tied in well to the space. So here's what I'm gonna say is we have opened, thank you very much, Miss Olivia. We have opened a fantastic new Amazon store because I kept getting questions from people saying, you know, the designer dupe video came out and everybody was like, I love this, but I want it, you know, I want something even less expensive. So we did a whole bunch of research and went, you know what, we're going to create this whole Amazon store that is in the YouTube descriptions, okay? And there's all kinds of great stuff in that store. And that's all stuff that I've talked about over the years that I really do like from Amazon. Some of the stuff I even own, okay? And what's great about it is that you know that these are designer approved. You can rely on this stuff and it's good looking. And I tell you kind of like what styles and things like that. So for instance, when I first looked at this solution, I went, okay, first of all, you need chairs that have nice pads on the bottom of them. So you need a well-made chair. And then, but it doesn't have to be expensive because you can look at things like Christopher Knight, and there's a couple of them in the Amazon store that could look nice with this table and with the rest of what your style statement's going on, and be very reasonable. You know, I like Amazon because one of the things that they do really well is they sell things in pairs for a reasonable price. And, you know, with a dining table, 2 pairs, you're done on that one. And, you know, you got out for under $500 on that, which is great because some dining chairs are $500 a piece, right? So that's a good location to look at. So I don't know which video is up today.
It's the Grandpa Chic one.
Oh, Grandpa Chic, yes. So if you go on to the Grandpa Chic video, watch it to the end, check the description down below, and all of that is listed right there, okay? So I hope that helps, Marilyn, because this looks like it's a really nice, sweet space, and you love it, but, you know, you need some new chairs. Yes,
Yeah,
Jonathan,
well,
right.
I mean, Lisa, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
So for me, and you guys can chime in too. For me, that table looks way too big and heavy for that kitchen. It feels like it's the wrong style. And I would almost think that you'd be better off getting a new table and maybe even leave the chairs, and maybe the table has a better connection to it, and then remove the clock and give it a little bit different of a vibe, because that table to me is rough.
Well, here's the deal. That table might be like an antique that she's kept, and her complaint was about the chairs. So I didn't really answer to.
Jonathan disagrees with me on this one, but okay. I hear what he always disagrees with me. I don't know. We don't. But anyway, no, I'm just saying that, you know, chairs or table, something needs to change, because all that is just mixy matchy, weird styling that's not really working, in my opinion.
Yes. So
yeah,
all right.
I agree, Bill. I agree.
So the next, oops, let me close this. Okay, so wait, stop share. Okay, wait. All right, so the next question came up and it did not actually have a picture with it, but the reason I wanted to talk about it is because it's something that I see a lot of people sending questions into me about it, and I really wanted to kind of address it, which was, it has to do with paint sheens. And here's her situation was she's installing a Tiffany light over her dining table. It's going to have 4 lights that are 100 watts each. That's a lot of light. And so she didn't know what sheen to go with there. And here's the way to understand paint sheens in a way that's the best, guys. Okay, which is that when you think about your public spaces, all right, so your formal dining room, maybe your formal living room if you have one, those areas, and your entry, those areas are best done in what's called flat or matte. Different vendors have different names for different sheen levels. But the lowest sheen level is usually called flat or matte, depending on the vendor, okay? That's where you want on your walls, all right? That's what you want on your ceilings, because you don't necessarily want your ceilings to be reflective, okay? When you move into functioning spaces like bathrooms and or kitchens, you can shift to the same color, but you want to take it up a notch to, say, eggshell, or some vendors call it pearl, which is just one step up above that. And what that does is it gives you just a hair more cleanability. So, for instance, if you're doing this dramatic grandpa chic, dark fireplace or something, and it's in a raw flat plaster, that is going to be a very tender finish, and it's going to show a lot of stuff over time. So if you're needing something that has a little bit of performance, or needs a little bit of performance, or is going to have either grease or water, in the area, you're going to want something that's wipe downable. And the very first sheen level that's wipe downable is the eggshell. So eggshells, everything in the bathroom goes at the same color, eggshell, okay? And since, honey, this picture, Carol, is in your kitchen. Now, you said it's breakfast nook, so it might not be kitchen. All right. But if it's breakfast nook that's sort of around the corner, then you could probably get away with matte or flat. But if not, and if it's right in the area and there's, going to be wafting fumes of food and oil and things, you want to stick to eggshell on there. Okay. Now, I always get this question when people are asking me about doing the trim and doors and baseboards the same color as the walls. Yes, absolutely. You're going to change the finish, the sheen on that paint. So it's going to be the same color as the wall, but it's going to be a higher sheen. Now, here's the reference point you can keep in mind around sheens, which is the higher gloss the sheen goes, the more formal, the more dressy, the more important that surface better be. And it better be perfect. No flaws. Okay. So here's the deal. If you've been living in your house 20 years and you're kind of, I don't know, grandpa chic or whatever, you need to stay away from glossy finishes on your cabinets, on your front door. None of that's working for you. You're grandpa chic. That's not dressy. Grandpa chic is casual. Okay. So you want to stay in the satin or the barely semi-gloss. That's it. That's all you need. Because here's the deal, guys. When you think about high gloss is the next step to piano finish, okay? So you have to have an absolutely perfect finish for high glosses. So keep away from high glosses unless you are firmly traditional and you want a front door that is a glorious black and it's brand new paint ready. That's when you get to do high gloss. I hope that helps everybody, because, well, you know what? Sheens are complicated, right?
Yes.
So, and there are times, not to complicate everybody, but there are times if your ceiling is very low, you can actually do a gloss finish on the ceiling in the exact same color as the walls, okay? But you have to have light shining up on it. So you have to have a pendant light that shines 360, okay? So that you'll get a little bit of a gloss storyline, which helps lift the experience of the ceiling, but only in rooms with super, super tight ceilings. Otherwise, it just looks like you screwed up. So that is the understanding around sheens. So thank you, Carol, for submitting that, even though you didn't have pictures. I wanted to talk about that because I get that question every day.
Yeah.
So
And
yeah.
we've had a couple, since we're on the topic, we had a couple questions come in from our members.
Okay. Okay.
So Pam asks, if the walls are painted in a matte finish, what should the door and window casings be?
What style is your house?
That's a good question. If you could let us know in chat, Pam.
Yes.
And we can circle back to that because we actually have another question. Lisa asks, what about French contemporary interior color drenching?
Wait, say, what about interior what? I'm sorry.
French contemporary interior color drenching.
Give me what your references on drenching.
I'll have to look into that.
Well,
Actually,
how about this? I mean, does Lisa, do you want to come and chat with Lisa for a minute? We haven't had anybody come up yet.
No,
Just say yes or no in chat. If it's no, it's fine. But if you say yes, you'll be on. Now, don't worry, no camera. Just you can just chat.
French contemporary interior color.
I'm not familiar with that actually. I'll have to look into that.
I'm not either. The concept of drenching feels to me like it could be one of two things: super saturation, tones, French contemporary. You typically find French contemporary lightening up all of the trim and detailing. But if you're talking about French contemporary that starts to feel like it means a little bit of the early modern industrial and or deco, you could absolutely move into saturated colors with that would be that, if that's what you're talking about. That definitely has reference and credentialing.
Okay. That is the case. And she got back to us saying like the sheen color for the walls, doors, trim, all like it's all one color.
Okay, yes, that's absolutely right. French contemporary, completely. Completely, because oftentimes with French contemporary, you're dealing with some delightful trims if you're in like a Haussmann building or something. But the idea of all of it going out uniformly one tone, whether it's light or dark, is the deal. The only reason, guys, that you change sheens at all is performance based, okay? Because flat walls, little tricky to get them scrubbed down. So if you have dogs that like to rub up against walls, or cats, dogs, pets, that kind of thing, or little children, grandchildren, or otherwise, flat walls are just not in your life right now, okay? It's just not going to be a thing you can maintain well, all right? But if you have, so then you go to kind of what I call, Benjamin Moore calls the matte, which is one step up from flat, still very low reflective, for the walls, and then the trim, which gets, your Roomba hitting up against it. It gets wet mops in bathrooms. It gets, brooms. It gets scuffing from when you're moving furnishings in and things like that. That needs to be wiped down. So same color, just eggshell. Okay. Now, if you have a little bit more of like a say like a contemporary home, you could step it up and do the doors in satin, because satin starts to be a little bit of a play against the matte, and that's very sort of sexy and subtle. That's really a great look, and satin's just as cleanable as eggshell. So I'm interchangeable with those. Just understand what your performance is that you need, truly. And I'm not joking. If you've got grandkids, little kids, or pets, matte is out for you, because it's just going to be a maintenance nightmare for you. You're going to be constantly repainting. So then you go to eggshell.
And it looks like Pam got back to us. So she's in a ranch style home, and her design style is warm, organic, transitional. And she was wondering, like, her walls are painted matte, and she's wondering what finish to do the door and window casings.
Oh, as flat as you can get it, that's still performance. So I would stay in the I would go no higher than eggshell.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because the natural, the sort of organic natural stuff speaks to a lot of matte finishes on things. There's not a lot of shine because organic natural is very casual as a style, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, so that's a good thing. Isn't that funny? Every time we start talking about paints, there are questions, right?
Yep.
I should do a whole, guys, would you like me to do a whole series on paints? Tell me. YouTube, talk to me. You guys talk to me. Do you want some paint information? I haven't dug out that Stop Painting Now video in a couple of years, and it shows, I have to admit.
And I have to tell you that was one of our better videos back in the day, about 2 years ago.
You know what my favorite thing about that video is I had any number. I must have had, if I had
Lisa,
5, I had 10.
Why don't we refilm Stop Painting Now and just kind of modernize it for, a 2-year
I love it. Guys, tell me, yes or no? You want it? Yes, please.
Yeah,
yes, please.
Here's a
paint info. Okay.
Lisa,
I'll do it for January. Okay.
We're gonna call it Stop Painting Again.
Yeah, right.
Again.
That's right.
Love that.
That's right. You know what I like that? I'll tell you. There were at least 5 or 10 guys that wrote into me that are professional painters and said to me, "This is the best review of paint I've ever seen." And I was very complimented because to me, those guys are the experts. They're dealing with it every day, right? They're dealing with our changes of mind when we're in the thing. They're dealing with how the paint goes on the wall. They're dealing with the different brands. They're dealing with all those solutions. And they were so complimentary. So what drives that? You voted, we're going to get it. We're going to get it happening. So Stop Painting. Hang on to your hats. You're going to need some pens for that one because there's a lot in that session.
Oh, for sure. But it's all important to know because, I mean, it's true. Paint can make or break a space. It can transform a space when done well, and it can be a disaster when it's not done right. So
yeah,
there's lots of ways. If you have the information, you can do it.
And I'll tell you, every single inner circle person I work with, we completely repaint. Every single one of them. Because there's always a problem with the paint because paint is really hard. Paint is one of the hardest things to figure out. And yet it's the biggest bang for your buck. For $3,000 to $10,000, depending on how big your house is, you can make a massive transformation. So,
can I have a suggestion? Can we move on with one of Maggie's things? Because I think it's one of the highlights of our shows.
Oh, thank you. Well, I am really excited for this. So if you guys are ready, I would like to do Stump Lisa Audience Edition. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Look at that.
Yes. So for
get ready, guys.
Yeah, get ready because hold on, I gotta find my Zoom went away. Okay, so for those of you who are new to us and don't know what Stump Lisa is, it's basically my way of putting Lisa to the test and challenging her with images of whether it be design styles or interior design trivia. She pretty much nails it, hits it out of the park every single time. I rarely stump her. But this time I'm going to try and stump you guys. Now I'm going to send you or show you a series of images. You're going to guess the design style. And I also have some trivia questions as well, but keep score because we want to know who the winner is because the winner will get a personal shout out from Lisa. So let's start with the first. So, okay, guys, so I'm going to show you this space. Now tell me in chat over on YouTube as well, what is the design style of this space?
Can you make that photo bigger by lessening the padding? Yeah, that's better.
Oh, Jonathan, I am waiting for you.
Yeah, I know. I almost want to bring Jonathan up front and have him guess with us.
Jonathan, you love this space, don't you? All right, let's see. He does. Okay, good.
Oh, he does. Okay. Now, so what are we supposed to be guessing? I don't.
So you gotta guess what this is. This is a design style, and it's and just so you know, guys. So this is by far for all of 2023 the most searched interior design style term in Google. And so it's really making a huge comeback, but a little bit different in its iteration, which I will show you in a second. But we've got a lot of guesses coming in. We've got contemporary industrial. That's a fantastic guess. Minimalism, organic something. And we do have some correct answers in chat.
We do.
And over on YouTube. We do.
Yes,
I think 3 of you have gotten it correct. Okay.
Yep.
Again, keep score. Okay. You ready for the answer?
I am.
It is brutalism or brutalist space. Have you heard of that, Dina?
I've heard of it, but I don't know what the style is.
Well, let me show you actually the new version of brutalism. I'm going to make this bigger.
Yeah, make that bigger.
This is actually more so the direction that the brutalist style is going. It's definitely we're definitely seeing a major comeback. So we've got the hallmark raw, unfinished concrete, and definitely an emphasis on functionality. And it makes sense because there is a much stronger preference for like clean and calm spaces now. But this modern version of brutalism is far more inviting and has a warmer ambiance than its earlier iterations, like the previous picture. So we'll see. Like,
can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Like the picture on the right feels a little organic modern-y for me.
Totally. And so you guys, if you like this style, here's what I recommend you do. I recommend using the search term organic brutalism or organic brutalist to find the current version of this design style, because it absolutely looks like a hybrid between the two, for sure. Okay, let's go on to the next question. Now, this is an easier one, but we'll see if you can get it.
By the way, I think we had it first over in YouTube, guys. So you better step up your game, DezignSpace.
Yeah. I think that's correct, actually.
That would be Mr. Rockshot.
Yep.
Rockshot 100.
Good job, Rachel. Nice.
Guys, you got to jump in there and start to participate. Our guys.
I know.
It may not. No, it's
overwhelming everybody.
We've definitely Moore's color of the year 2023. Please tell me you saw that video.
Yes.
So beautiful.
Yeah, I think people did see the video because
job.
Yes, no, it's a great video, guys. So if you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. It's live on the YouTube channel, all about. You guys are doing great. You guys are killing it because you all have pretty much gotten this one correct. It is Blue Nova.
Yes.
And if you want to see more of that, Lisa does a fantastic breakdown of it in that video that we mentioned.
And Dina did a beautiful job of editing it, I have to say.
Yeah,
thank you.
I agree.
It was amazing. You know, and it's funny. I saw a lot of you, for instance, I have no need for Blue Nova in my life, but as a selection, I thought it was so head and shoulders above everybody else's choice. I could not believe the nasty blues they were throwing up there as
it was really
solutions.
Leading up to that show, because we filmed it live. We filmed Lisa's reaction live, and she was telling me, she was saying, I just hate everything everyone's coming out with this year. And she was ragging on it big time. And then finally it came out and she was literally, you were thrilled. Right?
I was absolutely, because I thought, you know what, if we squeeze too hard on the organic modern warms and bring in a lot of oranges and reds, I think we're going too far. And so everybody seemed to go, no, we need to step back a little bit and add some blue into the whole warm palette that we're seeing for the last 2 years. So I thought the Blue Nova was the best choice of the blues. Will I use it? Not likely, but it's a gorgeous color. I have already had somebody come into Inner Circle that I'll show you actually has already used the black pepper or cracked pepper from Bear, which not my favorite vendor, but it was a very good color. And so I will say I liked that. And then I also liked Sherwin-Williams Urbane Bronze last year. So I don't only like Benjamin Moore, but I like their color systems. And when I have to work with color in design, they make the most sense. So that's what I like about that.
So now,
Okay.
Maggie, I think that Jonathan V is a little bit, he's just feeling not challenged so far. So I think
Okay. Well, I knew I couldn't. I didn't want to do Lisa level questions, but I promise you, there's some tough ones in here.
Okay.
How about this one? Let's see. Let's see if we get this one. Okay. What is that? What type of door hardware is that?
No.
I bet Bill
Yes.
would know. I bet Bill would.
Yes. Dana, shh, you can't say anything.
Oh, I do know this.
I know you know, but we have to
just
let
in
the
a hotel.
audience guess.
Yeah.
It's so funny. Let's see.
Okay, what
Jamie
do you-
says brutalism is my current construction state.
So
Yes, we know. So I will say something about brutalism, which is the current, the initial iteration of brutalism actually came out of the late 30s, and it was much more it had a much more exploded scale. And now what we're seeing with the brutalism is that it's still utilizing some of those same sort of rough materials, but they've begun to soften the direction and change the scale to have a more human element to it. So that's very good. So has anybody figured this out yet? Or
no, not one person has gotten it correct yet. So yay, Jonathan, got you. but I do want to circle back to the so you guys, you caught a mistake. So Blue Nova is actually the color of the year for 2024, but the question asked 2023. So if you answered raspberry
that's just
blush,
semantics. They all thought
I know, but but some people guessed raspberry blush and you were correct. So if
yes,
you
that's
guessed
true.
that,
That's true.
if you guess that, absolutely give yourself a point. But looks like no one got this one, and it is called. It's a funny word. An escutcheon. Yep.
Yes.
Hard to spell, harder to say. Yes. An escutcheon plate. There you go.
Yes.
Okay.
And escutcheon plates are really handy parts of hardware to understand about, because if you flip back to that other picture for a second, and if you were to say, I'm just going to install on my front door the lever, which is the moving mechanism that makes the strike move backwards towards the door so you can open it. If you don't have this escutcheon plate, what happens is you lose visual mass. And you also have to cover sometimes leftover openings from, if the door had a different locking mechanism before, sometimes these escutcheon plates are really helpful to cover that up. But what they really do is they give the lever and the visual aspect of the hardware more importance. And so they're expensive, and so they're used on things like they're used on used on front doors. So okay.
Yes.
Oh, you're right, Dana. Thank you. Okay.
Okay. You can move on to the next one.
Yes, I need to stop talking.
Okay.
Yeah, I just had it. So our offices are across the hall from each other. So I just walked into her office and I handed her a note saying, "Move on."
Dana, the producer. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So guys, so name this pattern. Looks okay. You guys are nailing this one. Okay.
Nailing
Good job. Yeah. Okay.
Bill, Jonathan, JB.
Oh my God.
Yep.
And, all right.
Green Eyed
Everybody
Lady
got
over on
this.
YouTube.
All right.
Okay. There you go. Congratulations. Okay. Now here's the hard one. Okay. So you're going to name this design style, and this one is worth 2 points. Okay. So you get a bonus point for this one. If you can name this design style, you could come out the winner of everything here. So,
and it doesn't count if you just say a mess.
Yeah, it has to be.
Say that's an intentional space.
Oh,
Yeah,
of course it is.
It's very intentional, but yeah. Ooh, people are getting close. Over on YouTube, close, guys. Let's see. Ooh, not quite.
Anybody have
This one's tough. No. Oh, they're getting close though.
You guys are.
Yep.
Come
How
on,
many have
guessing.
watched my Grandpa Chic's video? Throw 1 or 2 in the thing.
Yes.
Because if you did, yes. If you watched that video, you'll know what this is.
Oh, you guys are so close. Oh, you should almost get a half a point. Okay.
Oh, that's what I'm
I
thinking.
think
Let me show you.
I think
Okay.
you spill the beans.
This is called coastal grandmother. It's a thing. Google it. I swear.
It's a thing. That's right.
It's a
That's
thing,
right.
But you guys were so close with like the
I
granny chic,
have
all of
never
that. But
heard of
it's
this
a
before.
coastal. It's definitely a coastal slant, for sure. But yeah, coastal grandmother is definitely a vibe. Okay, so if you want to see more of that, that's your search term right there.
Bill,
right,
the
so
crap I'm
okay.
trying to
And
get
do we
rid
have-
of.
Now I have one last question. Now, is Bill here?
Bill is here.
Oh, wonderful. Okay. So I wonder if he could.
He's raising his hand. I'll bring him on then. That's
Is that
when I just
the Bill
remember
Hargraves?
what?
Is
Yeah.
Bill Hargraves here? Okay,
Yeah.
hold on. Let me ask this question then too, and hopefully Bill can answer it for us.
Well, why don't
So-
we bring Bill on and then
Yeah,
we can
yeah, let's do
full
it.
segment. So I'm just going to go. Bill, I'm promoting you to panelist so everybody can see you, and we're excited to have you. Bill is the person we've been talking about all week. And there's a drum roll. There's a lot of anticipation. People are going to go, what is Bill? Okay.
Who is this Bill?
Bill is coming any minute. Guys, if you want to buy real estate in Las Vegas, let's do a little plug for Bill.
That's
He is the
right.
man.
That's right. He is the man in Las Vegas. There are no others.
There
Everyone
he is.
pales in comparison.
There you
Bill,
go.
Bill, don't worry. You don't have to comb your hair.
Dana.
Oh, Bill's amazing. His story is one of the most amazing ones you'll ever hear. Hey, hon.
Hold on.
Alright.
I'm trying to. There it is.
Hey, Bill.
Here. Hi,
Hey,
Bill.
can you see me now?
Yes.
See,
Yes, we
no
can.
combing
I
of the hair
can't. All I
necessary.
see is this.
No.
All I see is your screen, Maggie. The what design stuff.
Oh, you don't? Okay, let me stop share really quick. And that's a question for you too, Bill, by the way. What design style has the best resale value in real estate?
Good question.
There you are, Bill.
There I am. See, no hair combing necessary.
No
Yeah.
coming necessary. I love it. Oh my God, how easy must your life be these days?
You guys look
Look at
so.
you.
I just got to say, you guys look so beautiful. I'm like, I should have dressed up or something.
Oh, thank you. Oh, that's sweet. Thank you.
Hi, Lisa.
Hi, darling. Mwah, mwah. We miss you.
Dana.
Yes.
And I don't know you, beautiful.
But-
Mwah,
but
right
there
back
you
at
are.
you.
Definitely worth a kiss.
So what's selling the most now in the luxury market is a very strong combination of Tuscan and modern now, because we went way to the left to where everything was glass and stone, and you couldn't even stand in your own 10,000 square foot house and feel like any privacy or warmth or whatever. And then now it's because Las Vegas was originally, you know, very heavy and very Tuscan and very Richard Luke, who would, you know, have all these bizarre soffits for no reason and these levels and these, you know, cubby holes. And it was really, really amazing. Then
Nasty
Brooklyn
niches.
came in and swung it the absolute other way so that we had, you know, can I say anything I want on here, or should I-
Yeah, I mean,
Yes,
well,
sir.
So
kind of.
it was really like a very like cold transitional. Well, yeah, you didn't even feel like any privacy in your own home.
Yes.
And
They used
then,
to do the butt joint glass corners.
oh God,
And
yeah,
you would
yeah.
feel like in your living room, you would feel like the whole world could see you. And then you had to spend all that money and effort to
Right,
landscape and put walls up so nobody could see it.
right.
Yeah. There was.
And
there
I
was no
really
privacy.
think it made the window covering industry explode, because there was no privacy
Right.
whatsoever. And even
Yes.
though you were up on a hill, like in a skyo or something where nobody could really look in, it really felt
Exposed.
insecure. Exposed is the right word.
Yeah.
Now we have
Yeah.
a beautiful transition. I don't know if you saw it, but we just listed Mr. Shea's house for $34 million. It's one of the most expensive homes in Las Vegas. It's 15,000 square feet.
Oh my gosh.
It is an indoor-outdoor kind of a concept that really embraces what's most desired in homes, no matter what the size is now, which is a combination of wood and glass and lighting and water, and just has a beautiful, even though it's 15,000 square feet, you feel like you're being embraced by the home when you're in it. So that's the most popular right now. That's what people are looking for.
Yes.
And most of the Tuscan houses in Las Vegas are being purchased and ripped apart.
Yes.
Wow.
Because the old
Interesting.
Tuscan doesn't really meet this new that you're talking about, you know. At that point, it's just buying good dirt, right?
Exactly. It's buying the lot, it's buying the possibility, you know, and people that are coming here have the money to do it.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Oh,
And they
yeah. I
don't want
mean,
to deal with a new build.
yes.
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, Bill, you were telling me the other day, we had a long talk.
Mhm.
You were telling me the other day that because so much growth has happened. I mean, when I moved to Las Vegas, there were 150,000 people, and now there's over 3 million.
Right?
And now they've got the Formula One, and I think it's going on right now as we speak.
This is Formula One weekend. Yes,
It's
it is.
crazy what's going on in Las Vegas. It's a different world over there.
Well, there's the in that home that we were talking about up in McDonald Ranch, we had a 50 plate dinner the other night to raise cancer money for not a St. Jude's organization, but a St. Jude's type for specializes in terminal illness for children. And the president of Allegiant was there, and you know, we were really discussing, like, here we go, we've got Major League Baseball now with the Oakland A's, we've got the Raiders now, we've got Allegiant Stadium, which is a huge thing, we've got another baseball stadium coming. We've, you know, let's just say we are like grabbing at everything, and now everybody realizes that Las Vegas is not just some Sin City hick town in the desert, that it is going to probably within the next 10 years be the #1 city in the country, outranking New York, Los Angeles for being the center of everything.
It's going that way, but there's like an Achilles heel, which is called water.
Well, you know what? If
I
you
wonder-
talk to the right people, you have to understand one thing that's going on. There's a lot of media propaganda. Every time we have a win, like the Raiders, or every time we have a win like the baseball team, there's this awful media about, you know, it's 210 degrees in Las Vegas today, and you know what I mean? There's no more water and Lake Mead is drying up, but you know, there's multiple other sources. So if you consult the professionals and the people that have been managing the water for years at Lake Mead, you will find out that we're in no danger of drying up and blowing away, that they have a plan, that they have alternatives, that they have aquifers that haven't even been tapped yet. So I really get upset
That's
because
why I wanted to bring it up to you.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the mindset that people have is
absolutely
Vegas,
they believe whatever they read, but you will see, if you want to look for the pattern, all of this stuff comes out after we've had a big victory.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. That's how that works.
Well, anyway,
No,
it's
we've
amazing.
got
The big sphere thing that makes an eyeball. There's so much going on. I can't believe what's happening in that city. It's
Well,
unbelievable.
just to give you a little peek, when YouTube's finished, Beyonce's moving in. So that's the newest residency.
Oh, gotcha.
That's a don't tell anyone.
Oh, that's interesting.
Oh,
So,
wow.
Bill, a couple of questions have come up that has said, would you show us an example of this form of modern Tuscan you're referring to? Do you have an address we could look at?
Or can you
Well,
share
you-
your screen with it? Or
You
I
wanna-
can share my
well,
screen.
okay, so here we go. I may be able to sell real estate, and I may be able to lift heavy weights and compete in bodybuilding, but technically, forget it. So here's the deal. Why don't we look at, can you guys post
We can
stuff?
do it.
Yeah, what
You
you
can
can
do
do
it.
I got
Where
it.
it is.
What
Okay.
about
Yeah.
this? Let me, if I could. So this is when I typed in the word modern Tuscan. These are some of the images that came out. Now,
Well,
do these look
it's not
like?
actually called modern Tuscan. It's more of a transitional.
Oh,
Sure.
okay.
We call it transitional, but I mean,
Do
like,
you have an address to a place that she can look up that might be listed
yeah,
online?
because these are still super heavy. Well, I would like to show the 34 million. Hold on.
Sure, I'd love to see.
Yeah, sure. What's that address?
Yeah, what is that address?
Hold on a second.
We will be.
Well, I just turned 57, so I can't remember anything.
The 50s are brutal.
You know what though? I have found, well, you know what's happened to me. So the 50s started out
Yeah.
brutal, but it's turned into a tremendous victory.
Yes, it has.
And,
Yes, it
you know,
has.
if you
I'm
can
very
just
proud
look
of
it
you.
up as the highest price listed house in Las Vegas history, because it sold for 25 million.
Oh my God.
Right.
And now it's back on for 34 million.
Oh my God.
But what I want you to see is the different textures that are so incredibly different, but they're brought together in such a magnificent balance that it makes sense.
Let's take a look at this.
There's my baby right there.
Which one?
Which one?
On the right, 32.5.
No, 32.5 is Karina. Now, if you want to pull up Karina is the ultimate in contemporary. It's all
we
glass.
don't need it. No, I want to see what we were talking about. So which one
Okay,
is
so
that?
1, 2, 3, 4. 4 on
This one?
realtor.com right there.
There.
Okay.
Okay, let's take a look at that.
Look at that.
Oh,
Look at that gorgeous baby.
there we
Wow.
go, guys. Over on YouTube, take a look at this image.
Are there any more photos?
Oh, look at that lighting, Lisa.
Oh, Lisa, I think there's a. It looks like.
Beautiful lighting.
Oh,
Now, one of the things, see the scroll. Oh, well, there's the
Oh, look at that
Okay, so-
hallway.
Okay, so that's your entry. You walk in the front
Oh.
door, and there's a crystal clear rock pool, and you stand right there, and the entire strip is framed in the architecture. Right?
Oh, I
Oh my
see
gosh,
that.
that
I
is
see that when you look
gorgeous.
down.
It is the most.
Oh,
It is the most stunning entrance of a house that I've ever seen. And you know what? Blue Heron has mastered that, because it's not about the lot or where it is. It's how to position the home to maximize the views.
and
Yes, yes.
guys, you can do that whether it's a 2,200 square foot home. Or
Yep.
whether- I mean, you really can do that. I mean,
That's right.
we did a project, a home project, Lisa and I, back in Yountville, and they were sitting on a vineyard, except they had allowed all of the plants and bushes to grow so high, you didn't even know you were on a vineyard. And so it was just understanding that we cut back all of those trees. Remember we did that? And
Yes.
suddenly you had a complete vineyard view. So it really is understanding what you're looking at and how to maximize that view. And there's a lot that you can do.
Now-
And that produces value. That's
Oh,
what Bill's all about, right?
That's because everybody confuses two terms in real estate. They confuse expensive and luxury. It's not the same thing.
That's right.
This
That's
house, as it's done, just like Dana said, this could be a 2,400 square foot house in a non-gated community. And if it was done this way, it would qualify as a luxury home.
Yes,
That's right.
See the woods and the
Exactly.
stones. Now, this is the master bedroom that you're seeing here, the modern suite. And I'm sorry, I'm supposed to say primary, so I probably just got fined. But
No, don't worry, not by us.
But one of the things that you have to understand that is magnificent about this house, 80% of the walls are retracting glass walls. There's like no doors in the bathrooms, it's a totally open concept. See, your bathtub right here is outside.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
So do you see the transitional modern
Yes.
contemporary,
Yes.
the warm black, you know what I mean? The woods, the stone that's on there, the glass, but this is warm. See the big deep shag rug to give you the room some warmth. Look at these terrarium plants just right there to give life, to bring in the elements of nature into it. So this is where we're going instead of the heavy carved woods and the different stuff, but we're also blending this magical place where you can have a 15,000 square foot house that's mostly, 80% glass walls, but you still have a sense of privacy and warmth and comfort. I mean, just look at this main room,
it feels a little bit like where Taliesin would have gone if it was allowed to evolve over time. Lisa, would that be a fair statement, or am I completely off?
I think it would be Taliesin light, I'm gonna say, and then a mix of kind of organic modern with that reference, that back reference to Tuscan that talks about plastered walls and texturing and that kind of thing. That's where I see the three combining.
And surrounding and throughout this house. Now, see, this is a whole entertainment bar upstairs.
And the thing is, guys, we're all sitting here from all over the world. If you don't really understand what it's like to be in Las Vegas, it's one of the most arid places here in the US. And so you have this ability to be in daytime temperatures and interacting like you're in a room. So the idea of interacting to in and out is a natural thing for that area. And
can we scroll down again? I want to show you one accent that everybody thought was nuts when they were coming out.
Down or up? Which way?
Down.
So lower, okay.
Nope. The other way. I'm sorry, up, I guess.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, stop right there at the bar and the thing. All natural wood on the ceilings.
I so love it.
And
I love that.
It adds, I'm telling you guys, that just that little feature, and again, like Dana said, I don't care if you have a $200,000 townhome, if you want to add some warmth and elegance and give the room just privacy and comfort and warmth, a nice wood on the ceiling, which I don't know who the first person thought, hey, I'm going to take the floor and put it on the ceiling, but kudos to you, because it is now a trend and it adds just the most amazing, because this could be quite a vacuous, cold kind of bitchy bar, right? With all the mirrors and all the stuff. But whoever added that beautiful, and I forget what kind of wood it is, but there's all kinds of wood throughout this house, walnut, but the most expensive in the primary is all koa wood imported from Hawaii.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Wow.
Yeah, and anybody who knows about koa wood, you could just fall in love with it and lay on it.
Koa is one of my favorites.
I
have a koa bowl.
So what I want to say, to everybody is that Lisa and I have designed about 5 or 6 hotels together in our firm, and Lisa's done massive resorts in her other firms. And what I wanted to say to you is everybody comes and they says, I don't have any budget, because for what you want to do, nobody has the budget. We're always value engineering things down. But what you have to understand is what makes a home, especially for resale, what makes a home valuable to someone. And like what Bill just said about that wood ceiling, those are triggers. Those are triggers in your mind. You walk in and you see something like that and you immediately go, this is expensive. And it might not be expensive at all, but you see it as being expensive, and therefore
relatively inexpensive detail.
You're willing to pay more money for it. When we did that, Lisa and I did a house in Sacramento, And we did a lot of those little moves. Lisa did all those moves. And we did a lot of those little moves with the freestanding bathtub, with the way the tiles that we used. We were on the cheap. We did that house for a song. That house now is the most valuable house in the entire 5-10 mile region. Nothing is more expensive in terms of if you wanted to buy it. It's now valued over $2 million. The highest next level is 1.2, 1.3. And it is because of the design. It is.
But I mean, don't you guys agree that that's the most confusing term in real estate or in design, is between expensive and luxury?
Yeah.
Luxury. Yes. I mean, I ordered a blanket where you could order, you send in a picture of your dogs, and they make this amazing throw blanket with beautiful pictures of your dogs. It's luxurious. It's comforting. It's everything. And it was $29.
Yeah, right.
So
right.
Here's the difference with that. I just was thinking that as you're talking. When you say luxury, you're talking about an experience, right? When you're talking about expensive, you're talking about dollars.
Money.
Something can be cheap also as an experience. So something can be inexpensive, but be ultra luxury. And that is literally the key. Because, you know, most of us who are on this, on the call today, I mean, I'm speaking for myself, can't afford a $35 million home. I don't think many people can. But the flip side is you can put those little cues in your mind that when people walk in, they go, this is an expensive home. This is not expensive. This is a luxury home.
What advice would you give them to our audience? Like what is like perhaps the least expensive but most impactful renovation or change that someone could make to their home if they're looking to sell?
Primary shower.
Oh,
really?
Interesting.
Wow. I'm surprised.
I did not expect that.
Wow.
Primary shower. Get rid of the bathtub.
Get rid of the bathtub.
Because nobody takes the bath anymore.
Yeah,
I mean, if you're really hung up on the bathtub, then do it European style. Spread the whole wall. Put the tub inside the glassed in shower.
That is European style.
Multiple heads. Please do not go through the expense of having a shower with not a place to sit.
Yes. Oh, I know. Benches.
Or put your legs, ladies.
Please don't have to bring in one of those wood things, or one of the Medicare benches. Right. Make sure also that there's some sort of alcove to have your shampoos, your stuff, because there's nothing worse than it's a little mistake, but boy, is it a pain in the behind when you don't have a place to put your soaps, where you don't have a place to put your body wash. And, usually people like that sunken in. But I'll tell you what, the master bathroom in any house, I don't care whether it's a townhouse, I don't care whether it's a condo. Because think about it just from a female standpoint, how important your
ablution is.
Right. Yes. Because a proper primary bathroom and a proper primary suite, you should walk out of there complete.
Yes, that's correct.
Makeup,
that's correct.
Clothing, shoes,
that's right.
Even your coffee and possibly a little breakfast snack by having a true master always has a espresso machine or something in it, so that when I walk out, people, I mean, I know the reality of people who live in $34 million houses is different than ours on a daily basis. But I will tell you what, it is luxurious to even have a little coffee maker in your primary, no matter what it is, so that
I always say that. If there's room for a primary, a little mini fridge, and maybe just a bar sink.
Right.
Oh, or how about just one little stacker washer dryer where you can put your ditties?
Well, and then
you have to take them downstairs. Those are luxury items in my mind. Yes.
Absolutely. Yes. Because nobody wants the maid, no matter how rich you are, seeing your.
That's right. You're unmentionables. Yes.
Right. Well, I was just gonna say, Bill, that was really interesting. Those things change over time. And I would say that that I didn't realize that if you're putting that emphasis, if you said to someone, I can only afford to do one thing, like one little project, what could I do to make my house feel the most expensive and like luxurious it can feel? You would say, get rid of that tub and put in a shower with a couple of heads in there and make it a really gorgeous shower.
Because you know what? Tile is not expensive. You know, adding stuff is expensive, but tearing stuff out isn't. You can get the demolition on that. You've got some waterproofing to do behind the walls and stuff like that. But to make a luxurious spa type shower that possibly you could even, if you want to go a little bit extra with the money, you can make it a steam shower, right? And then you have a, you know, I mean, one of the things that you do is, you know, if you can buy it or you can get it, just fresh eucalyptus plant, you know what I mean, in the bathroom or
hanging from the shower.
What we're doing now is we're hanging these branches in open houses and stuff like that because you get that smell, but just that branch, while the temperature accelerates and stuff like that, gives you a spa experience.
Exactly.
That's what you're looking for. And what I love about you guys is that you stress that you can have that at any level, because the saddest thing is to believe that your budget dictates the level of luxury that you live. And it's not
exactly.
It's
exactly the opposite. It's exactly the opposite. If you understand what those trigger points are, like you just talked about, you can achieve them on a budget easily if you know how to do that.
Martha Stewart's made $1 billion.
Yes. And she's used, you know, toilet paper rolls and wrapped them up, but hey, the look was there, right?
And we all thought she was crazy, right? We're like, I ain't got time to do this crap. Who does this Hampton broad think she is, right?
I know. It's very true.
Then we saw over time, oh my God. I mean, and I bet her jail cell was the best one on the
I heard. I never saw pictures, but I assumed it would be best.
I wouldn't mind going to jail in Martha Stewart's cell. That'd be awesome.
Oh my God, I know. That's great. Good design sells.
Yes.
Period.
Yes.
Good design sells properties, right?
When I first met Lisa, I was in real estate. It was in Napa Valley. And we had found this little broken down B&B. I had found the broken down B&B on the side of the road. And then Lisa came in to help design it. And that's how we partnered up and we did that project. And when we did that project, we had literally no budget. We had no budget. And it was like we had to revamp the whole thing. But Lisa knew where to spend that money.
Project? Which
Milliken Creek. Creek. You guys go online, Milliken Creek Inn and Spa. You'll see in 2 seconds.
I don't know what it looks like now.
It looks like it did. I mean, it's been sold 4 times, but you know. Anyway, the point is that when Lisa was there, she said, we can make this work. I said, I have no budget. She says, it doesn't matter. We can make this work. And I'll give you a trick that we did, which was I was going to go out and I wanted beautiful artwork on the walls. And Lisa's like, you can't afford artwork. That's $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 in just artwork. And so she said, trust me, we go to Barnes and Noble. That was when you could go to Barnes and Noble, right? We got a big coffee table book with black and white photos. Cut them out with an X-Acto knife, cut that out, bought frames, had a mat made, and didn't put glass on the frame. So it made it cheap, under $100 per photo. And it looked like professional artwork. The whole place was beautiful.
Oh, people wanted to buy it. People wanted to buy the artwork. We
didn't tell people forever that this was not real artwork. I mean, we pulled pictures out of a book.
If you want to do another transformation, Lisa, you can pull up 1830 Casa de Elegante. I just sold it, and I got to tell you, my new clients, Joyce and Kevin, are renovators from Los Angeles.
Okay.
And, there's a difference between a flipper and a renovator.
Oh, big time. Oh, big time.
Okay?
Big time.
And we know the difference between a fabulous job and, excuse the term, but lipstick on a pig, right?
Yes, right. Oh my gosh. Yes.
Joyce and Kevin.
1830 Casa del Elegante. Okay.
Yes. It is an older home, maybe late 80s, 90s, converted into a modern transitional home.
Oh, wonderful.
Is done so stellarly. It's, I mean, black and the new brushed bronze or whatever for the whole kitchen.
Oh, lovely. Yes.
The kitchen is galley style. And, you know, I mean, if you want to pull it up, I don't know if
Yeah.
you or
Megan,
not,
can you pull it up?
but it's just
I'm looking.
absolutely
I
gorgeous.
can find the Zillow picture, but did they redo it from the Zillow listing? Because the Zillow listing, they're doing brass, white countertops. They've got kind of gray. Is that the one you're talking about?
Yep. Yeah, 1830. You should have saw it before. They moved walls. They filled in a sunken living room. They literally added a pool. There it is.
Oh, wow. Beautiful.
Yes. And we were able to get $1,850,000 for that house in a neighborhood that is nowhere near it.
Wow.
And that's amazing. Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Gosh, I wish we could see the before, because it kind of reminds me of like, this is the type of stuff you can achieve with the inner circle. I mean,
Right.
honestly,
Yes.
the inner circle program, when you have a
That's
professional who, and Jonathan had an interesting comment earlier. Sometimes if you have
That was
the
a sunken,
know-how,
that one right there was a sunken living room.
Oh my
man,
gosh. Look at that.
And that
Yeah.
whole back wall you see on the galley side of the kitchen, those are all sliding pocket doors now. So for an expense of maybe $60,000 to $100,000 to do the whole wall, they added a tremendous amount of value, light, everything.
Bedroom.
Yeah, this is great.
I'll go back. Yeah, there we
Right?
go.
Look at that.
This is great. Look at the stone. And you guys, you know that waterfall edge that I'm looking at with the stone island? That waterfall edge, you know, as long as you know what you're doing, and if you do, that one's stone, but if you do it with quartz or if you do it with porcelain, that's a very inexpensive detail to fabricate. But look what it looks like. And if I talk about it once, I'm going to talk about it 1,000 times. Look at the depth of the edge detail. Oh my gosh, guys.
Right here, guys.
Yep.
And
And
super,
also
super important. When you're doing kitchens, you always want to redo your edge detail. And I swear to God, I'm going to just write a spec and just send it to everybody, because it's so ridiculous how, you know, quartz is only 5/8 of an inch thick. Okay. So if you just do one layer of quartz, and I just had this like last Q&A, there were like 5 pictures of kitchens that all just had that 5/8 inch thing. And they were beautiful kitchens, but I'm like, what, did you run out of money? Just get enough quartz so that you can do an edge detail that looks sumptuous like that. That's amazing. And it's those little things
Well, you know,
that people understand and pay more for, because they understand them subconsciously. Because like Dana said, luxury is an experience. Expensive is money.
This is also all storage underneath.
It's great.
The farm sink, right, is right there. The dishwashers are on the other side of that, but they designed the whole end of it, this amazing
That's fabulous
counter to be, see the stools over there? That's the breakfast table automatically built in with stools on both sides.
That's great.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love
the
it.
key is, guys, that this reveal here is what is so critical, because it gives you that sense of luxury, even though it really isn't.
It isn't. Yeah.
This is just a detail, and you can do this, and it makes this thing look expensive, even though it really wasn't. If you're going to do this, you miter that edge, you drop that down. What's that, about 3.5 inch, Lisa? Reveal the backside.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to actually show people how that is really done.
I
So
know. I'm going to add that to my list. Paint and getting the detailing right on things. Oh my gosh.
Now, you said something about paint. Okay, I was listening in before with the Nova Blue and the
yes, yes,
and all that other kind of
yes,
stuff. Paint can be your friend.
yes.
And it can be your enemy. It all depends on the application and the person knowing what to do. Because even if you take the best paints in the world and they're poorly applied, oh boy, do we have an issue. But I mean, they're doing stuff now, wallpaper's back with a vengeance.
With a vengeance. Oh, yes. Yay, love it. Thank God.
And so, I mean, there are some painters here in the luxury market that do such a great job with texturing and stuff. You think it's wallpaper.
Yes,
they're able to give a tactile type effect to where you think there's some sort of treatment on the wall and it's just paint.
I just talked to an inner circle person yesterday because she was in love with this grass cloth, and I had to walk her through the problem with grass cloth is, of course, the seaming edge detail. And I said, if you don't, I said, you really need to go look at grass cloth installed, because if that's something that is going to drive you nuts, you need to do a painted grass cloth. And I actually did one. Did I do one there in Vegas or did I do it here in California? I think I did it here in California. And I was so impressed with the process of it. And it turned out so absolutely gorgeous. And she had fallen in love with this navy blue headboard, seagrass. And I knew it was going to be a nightmare because it was a two-tone. And so I talked to my specialty painter and said, can you fake this out for me? And she goes, no problem. Well, I got schooled. Let me tell you, I went to the job site while she was doing it, and I learned her technique, which is 2 sawhorses on wheels running the entire horizontal weft line, the entire wall. And then she runs the verticals I was so blown away. I was so blown away by what it looked like.
So Lisa, I wanted to touch back upon this really quickly. So I'm going to show you guys a photograph of that home that we renovated in Sacramento, because let me just show it to you, and I'll talk you guys through it really quick. I'm going to show you this. It's a yummy photo. Tell me when you guys can see it.
We can see
it.
it.
Yeah.
Okay. The key here that you have to understand is this house was done on a shoestring budget, guys. This house was horrific. This is good design choices. This waterfall edge was something that wasn't that expensive. The countertops weren't that expensive. And all these little details, that's why I wanted to show all the details, that little fuzzy, with that feather lamp. You got that?
Oh, I love that lamp. Yes.
Was that an IKEA?
No, that's a Vitra.
Okay, but it sits over the bathtub. We have a bathtub in this
Yes.
particular house, but the point is, it's that back wall. That's not laid wood. Those are tile wood pieces that we just banged up, right?
That's called, like the wood for the ceilings, Bill, that you were talking about earlier. That is wood wall covering, basically. It's actually wood that's like mosaic pieces together, and you slap them up in a pattern, and it gives you this fabulous textural look for like nothing. Pennies. Yeah, pennies. And somebody just said they like the light fixtures over the island. Guys, those are like $200 from Koisel. They're nothing.
So when people come to us and they're talking about redoing their homes and they're not on a budget, or they're on a big budget, I go, it doesn't matter what your budget is. It matters how you spend the money and what you're spending your money on. And that's everything. That gives you those kinds of results.
Well, Dana, you and I have been inside houses with people with more money than they know what to do.
They're horrible.
And they're horrible.
I can say some names right here, but I
do not. That's right.
Well,
that's right.
Dana and I looked at a property. We had a listing in Mount Charleston. And God bless the lady, but she spent $400,000, right, on the interior. And though it was beautiful, it was completely out of place.
Wrong.
We had a hard time.
Wrong.
We had a hard time doing it.
Selling it.
And everybody's like, this is beautiful, but that's not why I come up to Mount Charleston.
That's exactly it. It did
Right.
not feel like the mountains. It felt like a
Yes.
city home, and nobody wanted
that,
to come up to the mountains like that.
yes. And how
And-
long did it take you guys to sell that?
A lot.
Forever, right?
I never got.
But here's the deal. You can kill your resale value by being too seller specific in your taste.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. Bill,
Right?
we're going to have you on again because I want to do a getting ready to sell your house session
Please.
in early spring, okay?
Yeah.
Because I would love for you to talk about what you want to see our people do to prep their homes to sell. That's
Hey, you know what?
really
This is
Here's
what
here's the number one. Here's the
Yeah.
number one. You want to hear it? Spend at least $2,000 to have it cleaned from top to bottom, and stop going out and spending thousands of dollars picking something you think the buyers will like.
Oh, yes. Yes,
Clean.
absolutely.
Clean, well-maintained windows inside and out. When they walk in, it doesn't smell like Fabuloso, but it smells like, like fresh and clean. The floors
Yes.
are sparkling, everything. I don't give a, oh, I almost said it. I don't give a damn if you have nothing in the house.
Right, right.
Clean, beautiful, smells good, tops anything. Oh, I'm gonna repaint. Oh, I'm gonna redo the kitchen.
Yes.
Oh, I'm gonna do-
yes.
And you know what? You know what? If you want to sell your house and you think like the kitchen's not gonna do it, then give somebody a credit to do it themselves. Here's
That's
a $4
right.
million
That's exactly
house.
right.
We know the kitchen is 1980s. Here's a $50,000 credit. Buy the house, do the kitchen yourself. Because
Yes.
here's the one thing that most sellers try to do that is a mistake. They try to anticipate the taste of the buyer, which they don't know who's coming,
That's
Right.
it.
and they underestimate the value in something being wrong with the house so the buyer can go in and do that project and put their spin on their new house.
Yes.
Don't
yes.
paint for
Here-
don't paint for somebody. Let them come in, and then when they say, "Oh, I'm going to have to change the paint in here," they love that. So
Right,
give a
that's right.
$5,000 or $10,000 credit to don't go out and do it yourself and pick a color for a stranger you don't know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can I
And
add
you're gonna
something?
be like Lisa
Bill?
and not particularly care about Nova Blue or whatever it was.
Yeah, right, right.
I'm gonna add one more thing to that. Lisa said this on a video once, and we got killed in the comments for it. But since you're on, I'm going to talk about it, which is the other. I 100% agree with you. But the other thing that people misunderstand is you have got to get all of your pictures of your family and your home and your kids in the backyard out of there. You got to hide that stuff. People do not want to envision themselves in your home. It feels creepy. And
Well, it makes you feel like a stranger.
yes,
Yes, yes.
Yes,
And you
right.
can't buy a house that you
Right.
feel like you're a stranger in.
I'm
Yes,
not walking
that's
into
right.
a house that's available. I'm walking into a house that's occupied. And
Yes,
that will turn
that's
off
right.
buyers immediately.
That's so
other thing-
true. That's
The
so
other
true.
thing is please buyers understand that your taste level and your changes that you want made to the house, unless they are for health and safety purposes, do not become my seller's bill. If you
Right.
don't like
That's
the paint,
exactly
if
right.
you don't like the flooring, if you don't blah, 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 have 100 opinions of this house, maybe it's not the house for you.
Hate the
Don't
backsplash.
come to me with
Right.
an offer with $100,000 bill attached because you want my seller to change the house to your taste.
Yes, yes.
Or
Melody says,
5,000
I have
or
staged a couple of
10,000 or
homes.
whatever. Yeah.
Yes, yes. Melody goes, I've staged a couple of homes for sale, declutter, depersonalize, and deep clean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yep.
But
yes.
you will be
exactly.
surprised. People will run out and repaint the whole house and don't see the value of hiring a professional cleaning company, changing air ducts. I mean, doing the whole 9 yards.
Yes.
They
yes.
will not do it. They think it's a waste of money, and they'd rather go waste money on paint color. And then people walk in and say, who picked this paint color? Or
it's like yuck, right? I got to repaint again. The YouTube string has been going. I repaint every new house I move into. I don't care if they just painted it or not, because
Right.
like you don't want their old paint choices, A,
Uh-uh.
and B, you don't want what they've left for sure. That's like bad juju. So, repaint is in your future, no matter.
It's a little bit like a car. You clean a car, you clean that car before you sell it. That's the main thing you do.
That's
You don't
right.
get
Ooh, I have
tired.
to go do that.
You don't
No,
worry
that's
about
a
anything
great.
else.
That's a great point. They
I have
take
to
it to a detailer and pay $500 because everybody who comes to see the car wants to see it as new as possible.
Because
Why
they're going
does
to
not
sit in
apply
that
to your
car.
home?
And
That's
they're
right.
going to
Why is
say,
that
does this car feel good to me? And if it's dirty,
Fresh paint is not gonna make your house smell good or look good or look
That's
bright or
right.
well maintained.
Oh my gosh, that's right.
Melanie is right.
And a good clean house indicates in the buyer's mind, this house has been well taken care of, so I'm not going to have to worry about
Psychologically.
inspection.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
Well,
Jill says
this was
house's layout is most important. I hated the colors of my house. Even the
Yeah.
white was yucky.
Hey guys, you couldn't get more value if you anywhere on YouTube than you just got in the last half hour with Bill.
That's true. That's true. Bill,
we
so
have a bit of a
appreciate
hard
it.
stop today at well, I think it's gonna be 11 now, but I think we have a bit of a hard stop. But Bill, I have to thank you so much. I mean, we are so glad that you came on, and I hope we can do this more often. I mean,
I would love to.
we would love to have you back.
I am
because we
totally
absolutely
available
have
because
more
Dana
questions for
also,
you.
Dana and Lisa know one thing about me, is that I was trained by somebody who had a totally different perspective on real estate.
Yes.
She was the queen from 1974 till the day she passed away. At the top level, no Instagram, no YouTube, no billboards, no nothing but intimate knowledge of how real estate works, how to buy a house, how to be the top, classiest, most amazing customer service, no matter what the wealth level of the person was. So we can really develop a program here to where people can get away from the selling fun shows and stuff like that and really look at what's important.
Right.
What's
That's what our
important
group is
in
interested
design.
in. That's
You know
what
what I
our
mean?
group is really interested in.
Exactly, because everything else doesn't matter. All that is just, it's like metrics to like YouTube. It doesn't really matter how many subscribers you have. It matters how many people are listening to you and coming to your live events and watching. So,
yeah, we're getting lots of yeses. I asked.
Absolutely.
And I'm getting lots of yeses for pleased to have Bill come back.
Well,
Yes.
I'm here to be of service, and I mean, you guys.
we could
know
go
what I'm all
on for
about.
hours and
Yes.
hours.
We
Yeah.
may do, you know what, Bill? We may even do something that's a special segment just in Design Space that's based on real estate. Because there are definitely people that come and move through the Design Space programs that are planning on selling, and they want to kind of, get themselves set up the right way. And maybe they're not going to sell right now, but they're changing their kitchen and they are selling in 5 years.
Yeah.
And so they need to know that planning information. And so someone like you is absolutely invaluable to help them understand kind of, where to place their dollars, what to emphasize, that kind of thing. Isn't he great, guys? Please give Bill a little
again, lots of love.
Yes, let's do that. Yay!
Love you guys.
Yay.
I gotta go do an open house.
Okay,
Bye.
Okay, bye, darling.
Thanks for doing
Good
this.
luck
Bye,
with
Bill.
it. All right, love it. We'll see you soon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome, fantastic. I had so many more questions, but I
did too.
could talk.
Let's get going. I know it's.
I
funny,
know,
right?
but I know, Lisa, you've got.
I know.
hard
I am
stop
late
today, so we're
already.
just- So
When he said I've got to clean my car, I went, "Oh my God, I've got to go do my
you gotta
dad's
clean your car.
So yes, I do need to do that. So I'm going to say Jill, Melinda, and Tammy, guys, I will get to you next session. Okay. I apologize. I sent emails saying that I was going to answer it. I have your pictures up. For sure. Jill, you betcha, honey. I've got you covered on that fireplace. Melinda, we're going to talk about that Santa Fe home. I want you to stop and spend no more money until I talk to you. Okay. Because I think you're veering on the edge of some mistakes. So don't do anything else. And then Tammy, yes, I've got you covered. I can fix that staircase in 2 seconds. So stay with me, guys. We're going to get this done. I will redo my paint video. Thank you for voting on that one. Yes, I really appreciate that. I'm ready to talk about paint again. I like talking about paint. So
absolutely.
I will be happy to do that. And I love you guys. I hope that everyone who celebrates Thanksgiving has a fantastic, wonderful holiday season or whatever it is you do. And, you know, I pray for you that if you're going to get on planes, that there are no bad actors.
Please be safe, everybody.
Yes, absolutely.
That's right.
So,
what is it, Dana? Know that you are loved.
Yeah, that's our White Files guy.
Or something. I've got to get that one down.
Follow this guy. He's very cute. Yeah.
Yes. So I know I'm sort of a big geek about him. So, all right, you guys, love you guys so much. Love you guys on YouTube. Love you guys in DezignSpace. You guys are what keep us afloat and moving every day. So I love that. There is a video. Oh, I'm going to make this announcement. There is a video, not next Friday, because next Friday, everybody's going to already be shopping. But I have done some serious homework with what I love from Amazon, and the stuff that I am talking about in this video coming up on Wednesday, the Wednesday before Turkey Day. Okay. So Wednesday of this next week, mark your calendar. That's going to be my Black Friday, my how to get the stuff I have from Amazon at the thing. And like I said, what? Oh, wait, we've set up the store. So if you don't mind using our link, it really helps our channel.
Okay, I have an announcement because we have to go, but you guys got to hear this, especially those of you guys who are part of DezignSpace, which is that Lisa has on all her shelves about, I don't know, about 100 designer books.
At least.
Right. I mean, you have a few right behind you. You can pull one out. But anyway, so Lisa, we are contemplating having Lisa sell these books that are basically new, and some of them are her resource guides like that, and she will sign it personally to you, and
I don't know if
they'll make a little gift or whatever. So if you're interested in that, I don't want to throw that out, but if you're interested in that, just say something like, tell me more about
an email.
Tell me about coffee table books, and go hello@lisaholt.com, put it there, and we'll get back to you about that. We may do an email blast about that. So
love that.
Yeah, we have a bunch of them. We have one on everything. We have designer stuff, lots of things like that. So
this is a really gorgeous one.
Yeah.
You guys who might be down under, this is an exquisite book. Oh, this is a beautiful book.
Well, so we're not sure exactly which books we're going to put on, but we can do that a little bit later. But anyway, guys, so well, Megan, you want to take us out? You take us out.
Okay. Well, guys, thank you again for joining us. It's always a pleasure to be with you. Our next event, again, we're dark next week with the holiday, but the following Thursday is going to be a masterclass on how to prep for the holidays part 2. So definitely don't miss that. So we look forward to seeing you then.
Yes.
All right.
Okay, guys.
That was me.
Okay,
that was me taking us away. Come on.
Well, we're all waiting for more. Okay, guys. So,
oh, sorry. All right. Well, bye, guys. Thank you again.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye. Love you guys. Stay safe during the holidays. Please, everyone. That's great.
All right.